Hey guys, it's me, Jazzy Diva, with the flow. And am I using a background with my face on it? Yes, I am. If you have not seen any of my videos, and you have not seen me before, I am Jazzy Diva with the flow. I feel like that whole intro was jacked. Let's retry that again. It is me, Jazzy Diva, with the flow. And if you have not seen any of my videos before, I give a variety of content. I also give words of encouragement, and, help those of you to see, if you're on a new journey, trying to navigate different ventures as you transition to, like, within your personal life or your career. I give helpful tools to help that helps yourself, and helpful to think of resources to help, position yourself with networking with other people. So yes, that's who I am. My background, though, the fact that, as some of you have already or may have not seen, if you have not seen the videos, I do talk about how, like, I'm getting a little bit more crafty and, a little tech-wise of learning. So this is one of my things that I have learned, why not use my background? It's me. It's Jazzy Diva with the flow. So yes, just to kind of give you guys just update. It's summertime. It is hot. Definitely not complaining because, once again, this is my season. I love being hot. I love the summer. Let me rephrase that. I love the season of warmness. Do I love being hot? Yes and no. It just has to be a good balance because the heat be wow. Okay. But yes. I'm enjoying the season though so far, and even though it's hot, it's bearable when I have my AC on or if I'm in cool air. So that's pretty much what's happening at this moment as far as seasons change. Personally, some different adventures I've been, into, and hopefully by the next video I can kind of give more details on that, and kind of inform you guys of, like, all that is, going on behind the scenes. There is some transition changes that has been going on for me, good changes, and I am in hopes that these good changes, will go well all year round. I just really can't get over my background. So yes, that's pretty much what I am in hopes to kind of, let some information out of the bag of things that's been, in the works and been going for me. And I also am hoping to announce some other changes. I don't want to. So this is my thing, guys. I don't want to speak on too much. You know how, like, when, let me prop my phone down because I am recording off my phone. The backdrop. Let me see if I can position myself this way. Yeah, I still see it. You see me. And you can see the shadow, obviously, because there's a glare you can see around. But guess what? I don't care. I'm happy about, like, what I have done so far. But if there's any of you guys who have any suggestions, I am open to them. Absolutely open to them. So, what was I about to say? So, back to what I was going to say. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Not letting so much information out on what's going on. So, the reason why I don't like to provide just let everything out that's going on behind the scenes of what I'm doing, and rather share it, I guess, when the time is right to share it. Is I'm one of those people, like if I put it out there, then what if things just start not working right or going the way that I want it to go? So I would like to keep, some of my journey a little under wraps until I feel comfortable to share it. Not because I don't want to give all my information out of what I'm doing. I just honestly feel like I don't want to overly indulge information that I am doing and working on, and then if I do that, then it's always going to be like, well, I thought you were doing this, and oh, what happened to that, and oh, why is she doing X, Y, and Z that she said 2 months ago or a few weeks ago. So I want to be mindful of how much information I do let out, just for that reason. I just like to make sure on my end that what is happening goes close to or exactly how I envision it to happen, or how I wanted it to happen. I think vision and want is kind of the same thing. But the whole point is that I want to make sure that everything that I put out to all of you or let all of you know is accurate information. It's not, remember when I said X, Y, and Z, it didn't work out, so scratch that. So I just want to be more cautious, and I want to be more cautious. I'm just more cautious and just want to, let things come out accordingly and share them accordingly, as need be. So, that kind of leads into, just flow of thoughts. That kind of leads into, when you're transitioning career-wise, more so, or even personal. I think they kind of could tie, together. You want to make sure that you share and that you put out information, A, to the right people, B, to the people that you know that's going to be the right people and the supportive people that is going to hear you and be supportive and help navigate you to be the best that you are going to be in whatever that situation may be for you. It's not always a good thing to let all your business out. There are some people who, really don't care, and they just like to let everything out. This is all that's going on with me, da 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 da. And of course, and I'm guilty of this at times too. When people give me all the information, and then a couple months later, I'm like, oh, well, hey, how's X, Y, and Z going if I'm just touching base? And then that's when they're like, oh, this and the third happened, and it didn't work out. And not to say necessarily that's a bad thing, because I feel like those people who likes to that likes to share all that's happening with them and what's going to be happening with them, and they just really truly is excited um, about things as it happens. And I just feel like for those people, it's kind of a good and slash bad thing, because then if it doesn't work out, then you haven't, depending on how many people you share this information with, you then have to then go back if it should not work if it should not have worked out the way you wanted it to. Then you have to go back and then kind of have to explain X, Y, and Z, or as much as you want to. And then for some people, they don't really like to share so much. They just kind of like to and get the exciting news out there, and then if it doesn't work out, they don't really want to speak about it. Just because, for obvious reasons, they're hurt that it didn't happen. Depending on what the situation at hand was going on, they, just had some real emotions around it. So that kind of stopped their flow of, being excited. And, I did flow. So it stopped their flow of being excited, and and then their thoughts has changed a lot. So yeah, I just encourage for those of you who like to get excited about things, try to hold back that excitement just a tad bit at least until you know that the news is solid, it's clear that it's going to be X, Y, and Z. Whatever you have lined up is completely solid in the works. And once it's solid in the works, then share it. Now, this is kind of when I feel like it's okay if something's in the works and then it doesn't work out, then you could at least say it was in the works, and then this is the reason why it didn't plan out. Even though it was in the works, it didn't plan completely how it was supposed to work out. Like, it was in the works for this amount of time, and then X, Y, and Z happened if something should happen, because nothing always goes perfectly. Changes always happen. But at least if there's exciting news that went into works and it was, trial and error in the different ventures of what the news may, or whatever's going on, at least you could say it was in the works, X, Y, and Z did X, Y, and Z, and unfortunately the outcome from it being in the works just didn't work as planned or how you would like it to be planned. And that's the kind of the flip side of, like, I want to share things that's going, and then once I know it's solid and it works, and if something should happen, at least I could say, well, it was in the works, it went X, Y, and Z, and then it went into a different turn, and so now I made a decision to discontinue with X, Y, and Z. So, yeah, I mean, try to regain focus on, loving the behind the scenes of what you're doing, and the ventures or the different ventures of what you're doing. Love it. Just don't overly share what it is as an advice. Just for those of you, once again, if you have, certain things that you're getting into and you're really excited, sometimes just hold off a little bit on the excitement, so that way you still enjoy it. I know you want to share, especially if you're doing YouTube or any social media outlet. Just make sure, like, all your apples are in the basket and it's a solid sharing moment that you are willing to share without it kind of backfiring on you. So, yeah. So that was a big rant on that. For the most part, I've been continuing to do my shorts. Y'all may have seen this in the shorts with music to the background. If not, then, check it out. Check it out. Once again, I just like being creative in little small ways that I can be in that space. So I try to take pride in the different ways that I try to be creative and using different, techniques and music to go with the shorts. The cooking segment, some of you kind of liked it, not as much as the travel, but that's okay. I like to be well-rounded, so I know exactly what most of you enjoy, if not all of you enjoy the most. And what else? That's pretty much kind of my update about like what's going on with me. That I want to share. However, I said this at the beginning of this video. Even though a lot of things that I am doing and working on, and I'm sure all of you are, working on different projects or have different things that's going on for yourself, try to make sure that whatever you start, you stick to, and you stick to it to the best of your ability to see it through the end, whether that is recirculating your resume just because you're interested in, moving on from whatever it is you're currently doing now, or you just want a change within your career. Stick to that mind frame of what you want to do and where you want to focus on. If it's personal goals, pick that personal goal that you're working on from within your personal life and stick to it. Sometimes I think we tend to fall back into old patterns for ourselves, especially if, you're comfortable, let's say career-wise. That's perfect, because everybody every now and then changes careers or wants a different career path for themselves. So I feel like if we take our time to start something, right, and focus on that, and then once you take your time to focus on that thing that you're trying to work towards for yourself career-wise, and then say you get a moment of back to kind of like an old comfort, and you kind of stop pursuing what you wanted to do for your career path. You kind of self-sabotaging. That's where I was going with that, guys. Self-sabotaging yourself because you're going back to what's comfortable. And sometimes, majority of the times, when you go back to what's comfortable, you don't progress. You just at a standstill. So it's always good to kind of put yourself forward and focus and continue to grind to get to the destination of what you want to do. Don't let minor setbacks keep you not focused. comfort keep you from your journey of getting back on track to stay focused on the things that you truly want out of life, especially career-wise. You have to keep pursuing and keep grinding and keep hustling to what you want to do, even if it's scary. Like, there's opportunity for all of us as humans to grow. We are here to create a life that we want and we desire, and in order for us to have the things that we want, that means you have to put yourself forward, your best foot forward in anything you do, and you make things happen. That means the grind, the work, is putting yourself out there to get things done. And don't allow yourself to don't allow yourself to stay still in what is comfortable for you, because it's not going to help you. It's not going to benefit you. You have to be able to, set goals for yourself, set the notion that when you wake up in the morning, you're going to do X, Y, and Z. This is what's going to get done. In the evening time, set the notion that before you go to bed, you're going to line up X, Y, and Z, so you're setting the tone for your evening and then for the next day. And you have a plan laid out. And if you have to write this down, set alarms on your electronic devices, because majority of us have cell phones, so we have no excuse of not jotting down notes, because we do have notes in our phones that we could jot down. We have alarms that we could set for ourselves to make things happen accordingly of how we want it to happen. If you happen to be in a position where you don't have any electronic devices or a phone, there's paper, there's cardboard paper, there's so many different things you could use, even tissue if you need to, paper towel, whatever you need, just to jot down notes and reminders of what your goals and what your plan is to continue to help yourself move forward with your plans that you're or the things that you're trying to accomplish. And change is hard for some people. Change means that you have to take what you're so comfortable doing or being around or seeing. That just means you have to take yourself out of that element of comfort, and it's easier said than done. But if you take those little small baby steps each and every single day, it's going to become repetitive where it's the norm for you. You don't really have to think of, you won't realize that you're out of comfort anymore. You would just be going along with your day, and you will realize that your things that's happening for you is happening because you know that you've been focusing and putting your best in all the things or the areas of what you're trying to improve on, which is self-development within yourself, of knowing that you take steps to put yourself forward into what it is that you're trying to get to. And the ultimate goal that I feel that we all want for ourselves is to be better than we were yesterday, a few weeks ago, a month ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, because we always trying to make ourselves better than what we really want to be. In the sense of we all have a goal, we all striving to do something to better ourselves, to make ourselves better a better version of ourselves. And as we all continue to get older, and as I always continue to say from the beginning of my videos, life be lifing, and the way that life be lifing for some of us, if not all of us, we all have to get up, we all got to work, we all got to pay our bills, we all have things that we have to get done in our personal life that could sometimes be hectic too. And then if the work and our personal life sometimes collide, it could be overwhelming. That's when we have to do that self-evaluation where we need to, be mindful of what it is that we need to kind of stop and reflect, and then start all over if need be, or what's the priority of X, Y, and Z for our personnel, and what's X, Y, and Z for our career, and then find that mutual balance. That way that we're, supporting ourselves, right? And we're using healthy tools to support ourselves. And if you find that you can't find a solution, then seek outside help to help you get to a solution. Which, if that means that you need a life coach, then get a life coach. If that means that you need therapy, get a therapist. So therefore, you're using tools to help yourself, because we all go through situations in life where we need to stop and reflect on what's in front of us. And if that means that we need to venture to get in a life coach because you just feel like no matter what your thought process is, you find yourself just at a point where you have thought things out, but then you find yourself stuck in this one particular thought and you can't move forward. You don't know how to navigate. And there's nothing wrong with getting a life coach. There's nothing wrong with getting therapy, because they're there to help us. They're there to help us. And if you feel like you need advice from friends that's not going to be judgmental, then utilize your friends or family members, because there's family members too out there that's, that you feel, if you ever feel like you need to confide in what's going on, that you feel stuck, you having trouble seeing how you can navigate to a certain balance, then utilize the support that you may have right around you for free at that. So, just before I end this video, I just wanted to kind of include that, don't self-sabotage yourself in anything that you're doing. It's okay. Get uncomfortable. Because things in our life is always changing. And there's parts of our life where you may have, this is what's going to happen, X, Y, and Z, and it flows beautifully. And then there's going to be times where X, Y, and Z in our lives, career or personal, where it's really not flowing the way you would like it to flow, but there is a flow where you have to kind of figure out and navigate of how you're going to flow, even if it's not flowing smoothly. So yeah, I hope that was helpful for some of you. So, I do appreciate you guys watching this video. If you have not seen any of my other videos, definitely check them out. I am Jazzy Diva with The Flow, giving you a variety of content. And before I end out, just remember, every day is a flow of opportunities to be creative, to put yourself in a position where you can see yourself moving in different directions in your life. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching me, Jazzy Diva with the Flow, and continue to stay tuned because you just never know what you're gonna get when you watch me. So yeah, but you know what? Just keep it. Just stay tuned. I keep looking at myself, you guys. I keep looking at myself in the background. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you for watching. No matter what time of day or night you are watching me, I appreciate you. I do appreciate the views. I almost forgot to shout you guys out. Thank you for the views, the comments, the new subscribers. I do appreciate it. It almost went unnoticed, so I do apologize. I do appreciate all of you guys for watching, whether it's for a few minutes or throughout the whole video. It does not go unnoticed, so I do appreciate all of you. Much love to you all, and continue to stay tuned to Jazzy Diva, to me, Jazzy Diva with the Flow. And once again, every day is a flow of opportunities, so always keep that in mind. Thank you guys.